guys, hope you're having a good day so far. Wanted to hop on and talk to you guys about why God tells us that sin is so dangerous in our personal lives. Even things that may seem like they're little to us and may not seem like they're a big deal, they're a really big deal if God tells us that it's a sin in the Bible. And so when God tells us to stay away from sin, it's not at all because he's trying to steal our fun. Quite the contrary, it's because he's trying to protect us. Amen. And so I want you guys to think about this scenario. Let me just give you a silly scenario to throw out there. Let's say that there is a fire going and there's someone who's trying to put their hand in the fire for whatever reason. Well, of course, the friend in the back would speak up and go, "Don't do that. If you put your hand in there, you're going to get burned," right? And yet so often we treat sin like, oh, I can look at this one image one time and be fine. I can take this one thing one time and I'll be fine. I can do this one thing and it may or may not affect me, And so it's like we're putting our hand in that fire and we're expecting not to get burned. We're shocked a lot of the time when we put our hand in that fire, when we participate in that sinful behavior, and when we do walk out getting burned a lot of the time, amen? And we shouldn't be shocked because the nature of fire is to burn, right? We shouldn't be playing with it in that way, right? And so, when God tells us not to sin in a specific area, a lot of times what the devil does is he will try to come in and he will try to downplay it. He'll try to say, God's just trying to steal your fun. It's really not that much of a big deal. You don't see why it's a big deal. So you should just do it anyway. Or if you just do it once or twice, it's not a big deal. And that's how the devil gets us. Amen. A lot of times sin is like a fish hook. It's like that fish going after that piece of food. It looks harmless on the surface, but then after once or twice, that fish gets caught in the hook, right? It's not all fun and games anymore. The fish may be able to get away with nibbling on the hook one time and getting away, but if that behavior continues, eventually it's going to get snared in that hook and unable to get away, and it causes the fish to bleed and all this pain and XYZ, right? Sin in our lives is a lot like that. The devil dangles that fish hook in front of us a lot of the time, and we think to ourselves, I can get away with it, and maybe we can get away with it once or twice without major ramifications happening in our personal life. But I want you guys to imagine that it's like you're sticking your hand in a hot fire, right? The nature of fire is to burn you. So when we continually participate in sinful behaviors, it may not have burned you the first time. You may have gotten lucky or whatever, but the next few times, you guys, sin is going to burn you because it is the nature of sin to hurt you. And so again, God is not trying to steal your fun when he says stay away from sinful activity in your personal life. He is trying to protect you. Amen. And he wants you to be able to have fun in so many other ways, you guys. God's a God who, he loves us and he wants us to enjoy our lives. Amen. But he gives us boundaries for a reason so that we won't be hurt in the long run. Amen. So remember that if God puts something on your heart that's in the Bible, if he's asking you not to do something, he's not trying to steal your fun, you guys. I want you guys to remember that fire example. The nature of sin is going to burn you the more you play with it. So if God is telling you not to touch something today, you may not understand why, but you need to trust him. Amen. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.